I must declare an interest, my lords. I love bus travel. The majority of my daily travel to your lordship's house is by bus, and as such, I welcome this bill. I would like to thank all those who sent me briefings: Tom Kearney of London Bus Watch, Kevin Mustafa of the London Bus Drivers' Bill of Rights campaign, and as ever, the excellent House of Lords Library. I would also like to thank the Minister and his team for the excellent collaborative briefing of yesterday, which was incredibly useful all round. My lords, I always tell a visitor to London that the best place to see London is from the top of a bus. The 76 route is difficult to beat, particularly the view from the top deck travelling over Waterloo Bridge at night. The Noble Lord the Minister must take a lot of credit for the improvement to the bus services in London. When I first came to London in the late 80s, I used to wait a long time for number one bus, then 5 would arrive at the same time. This is now unusual. We also can look at bus times on dot matrix, bus stops on the phone. London buses are iconic and work very well, but we need to take care before we send that model around the country. In the bill's explanatory notes, and as the Noble Lord the Minister repeated, it says that the passengers should be the heart of any process. But what about pedestrians and other road users? Safety in the bill is only about crimes on buses, and our thoughts are obviously with the family of the teenager killed in a bus in Woolwich yesterday. As Lady Bennet of Barnard Castle has alluded to already, according to TfL's own figures, in London an average of 3 people a day are hospitalised from a bus safety incident, at least one of which is a collision. About every 5 to 6 weeks, someone is killed in a bus safety incident, again, mostly from collisions. We know this because TfL is the only bus authority that publishes its safety figures. As we talked about in the briefing yesterday, the bill mentions data usage, but doesn't mention the types of data, and I would urge the government to put a necessity to publish quarterly bus safety performances, as TfL has done since 2014, on the face of the bill. If we are to learn from accidents, my lords, we need to know where and how these incidents happened. We also know how important drivers are to the services. The staff are mentioned in the bill in relation to training, but not driver safety and well-being. What about drivers who are under increasing pressure to keep on time, handle radio and text messages whilst on the move, especially in the new 20-mile-an-hour zones? Shouldn't driver welfare be enshrined in the bill? As someone who knows better than anyone how to drive a bus, perhaps the Noble Lord the Minister could comment on that. If I may quote Baroness Blake of Leeds in Minister's Questions on the 7th October 2024, bus companies sharing their data has been an enormous problem. Anyone in the north of England knows that helped prevent us bringing in an Oyster-style ticketing service across the north. It is crucial that we get this right and that all companies are obliged to share the information, unquote. It is not clear from the bill what the information to be reported is. I've already talked about safety, and as we discussed in the briefing, the difficulty of introducing the Oyster-style ticketing, or Lord Whitty's Oyster-style ticketing, in other regions. But I urge the government to encourage this, as it has been revolutionary in terms of travel in London. My lords, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to rebuild England's bus network based on the excellent London model. Let's just make sure that